my final video related to this project, I wish to address 4 matters. The first will be to clarify some information given in my video in which I address data from past classes. Secondly, I want to address what I am currently seeing from my students as the semester draws to a close. Third, I will highlight differences I implemented this semester. Lastly, I want to explore possible actions to improve student success for future classes. In my first video related to data, I shared what happened with the final grades for students who earned an F on their first essay. Something I forgot to mention is how that usually consists of students whose essays were deducted points for such reasons as improper submission, plagiarism, or more commonly doing so past the deadline. If a student submitted the essay without applying emergency exemptions, then points were deducted. In some cases, students might earn Fs based on the quality of their essays, but more often than not, it is due to points being deducted for the reasons mentioned. I wanted to use this time to set the record straight, and I hope any viewers of that video accept my apology for excluding this important detail. As the semester draws to its end, I thought I would analyze the grades for the 30 students currently enrolled in my English 1A course. This semester, my English 1A course is connected to English 205, a 2-unit co-requisite course that, by offering it with English 1A, serves as an alternative to traditional remediation. As you can see in the text on the screen, among the 25 students who earned a C or higher, all but 2 of them are expected to earn a passing grade. Please note how those in English 205 earn a separate letter grade, and the 2 who are not expected to earn a passing grade in English 1A are not expected to earn a passing grade in English 205. For the 5 students who did not earn a passing grade on the first essay, only 1 is expected to pass. This student submitted the essay past the deadline and did so without the emergency exemption. Therefore, points were deducted to an essay that would have earned him a passing grade. However, this specific student isn't expected to earn a passing grade in English 205, whereas 1 who is not expected to pass English 1A is expected to earn a passing grade in the 205. If we were to break down based on what letter grade was earned, I should first point out how students do not earn pluses or minuses on their transcripts. Also, as it says on the screen, 9 students earned A's on their first essays. The expectations at this point are as follows. 4 of those students are expected to earn A's in English 1A, and I should point out how 8 of the 9 are expected to earn A's in English 205. 2 of the students who earned A's are expected to earn B's as final grades, while 2 have borderline grades, where 1 student would earn an A if it ends up being the higher grade, whereas the other would earn a B if it ends up being the higher grade. Finally, 1 student is expected to earn an F in both English 1A and English 205. Sadly, that specific student stopped submitting out-of-class essays after the first one, leading to speculation that personal problems may have occurred for that student. Moving on to the 14 students who earned B's, 9 are expected to earn B's in English 1A for their final grade, and 1 a C. 3 students currently have borderline grades, meaning 2 may earn as high as an A, while the other may earn as high as a B. 1 student is expected to earn an F in both English 1A and a D in English 205. Please note how all the students in this category who are earning a passing grade in English 1A are in turn expected to pass English 205. As for the students who earned C's on the first essay, they are both expected to earn C's in English 1A. As for the English 205, one is expected to earn an A, whereas the other a B. Additionally, no students earned a D on the first essay. For the two students who earned an F, neither is expected to pass English 205. However, one of them has a borderline grade for English 1A, meaning that the student might earn as high as a B. None of the three students who did not submit the first essay are expected to pass English 1A. However, one of them is expected to earn a C, and I should point out how counselor intervention inspired that student to put more effort to turn assignments in. Therefore, mathematically, that student still has a chance of passing the class, but keep in mind, though, that if the semester ended at the time of the video, that student would not, and again, would not. And again, that is why the verbiage expected to has been used up to this point. And again, let me just clarify, when I said earlier that that student is expected to earn a C in the 205. But however, again, if the semester ended today at this minute, that student would not would earn an F in the English 1A. My third point of this video is to address different policies I applied this semester. I distributed name cards to my students during the first week of the semester. This was intended to help me learn their names faster. I used to do this when I taught for University of Phoenix, and I finally decided to give it a try while teaching at Madera. Additionally, I use Starfish, which is a new system that our district has been using for counselor intervention. It allows not simply for students to raise flags on students, but also to give kudos for students doing great work. Please note that I also revised my rubric for out-of-class essays. I also allowed for makeups with in-class essays and quizzes. In the past, if a student missed a class meeting, they were not allowed to make up the points. This semester, however, I allowed students to make them up via Canvas within a certain time frame, but for partial credit. I also allowed students to make up missing rough drafts by visiting the Reading and Writing Center. Like quizzes and in-class essays, students would not earn the points if they did not turn it in. However, I figured this would be a good alternative as well as a way to promote such an on-campus resource as the Reading and Writing Center. Only one of my students ever took advantage of this specific policy. I began giving extra credit points to students if they submitted their journals to me at the beginning of the class meeting for the 1A. Even though it was only 1 point per journal, there were 15 journals total, leading to as many as 15 of the 25 points allowed for extra credit in English 1A. Finally, I reinstated journal assignments after going 3 academic years without doing so. I created handouts that were front and back on only one single sheet of paper in an effort to boost participation and to assist with their out-of-class essays. The points for journals, quizzes, and rough drafts all got moved from English 1A to English 205 starting this semester, all in an effort to promote the writing process. At this point, possible actions I may take for future courses include the following. First of all, doing more direct intervention for students who do not submit. I may also rethink late work policies in terms of the number of points deducted. Finally, I need to think of a way to provide sample student essays, even if I am working with a new prompt.